Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Retrospective. This is Metroid 2, The Return of Samus.
Yay, she's returning. Yay, yay.
You mean she's returning?
That's what I said, wasn't it?
No, you said he.
Oh, well, I meant she, damn it.
This is actually on the Game Boy, which is... I will admit it was a bit odd to see the sequel only appear on the Game Boy.
You would have thought it would have been on the original NES, but...
Yeah. I actually wonder, because this came out, I guess, in 1991, which was only about, I think, 2 to 3 years before the Super Metroid came out. So... So I wonder if that was... because I know Super Metroid came out about the end of the Super Nintendo life cycle.
Was it the end? I thought it was more like towards the middle of the Super Nintendo's life cycle.
Well, from some of the research I've gathered, that apparently was what was said about Super Metroid anyway. And actually, a lot of what you see here in Metroid 2 is kind of interesting because it starts you off right away with just about all your power-ups. I mean, you already have your missiles. You have your long beam. You have the morph ball mode.
Yeah.
And essentially, all your mission is you just have to go around on the planet SR388, as I believe it's titled.
Yep.
And exterminate at least 39 Metroids. And the Metroids themselves, they seem to be undergoing some kind of metamorphosis, where because every time that you stumble across one, it turns into a kind of insane or almost insane boss fight. And we're playing this version on the Super Game Boy model. That way I can capture it off of my SR388. So, Jesus, and I'm getting my ass kicked by this boss Metroid. And it's dead, thankfully. And actually, a lot of how the game looks... Would you stop doing that so I can actually get up, game? Thank you. I need to collect some energy and some ammo. A lot of how the game looks, like, for example, Samus's in-game model is certainly a lot how she would look in Super Metroid. So, but yeah, but I didn't play this until like many years after the fact. I mean, I did have a Game Boy while I was growing up. I probably didn't play it as much except for when I was going on road trips, but even then I didn't have that many games for it. Did you have a Game Boy growing up, Andy, or?
No. Not until, like, many years later, until I got, like, the Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. That one, oh boy. That was a gaming system they got wrong on the very first model.
Yeah, and thankfully they corrected it on the next model.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see, let's have like a system that doesn't have any backlighting, and even if you have natural light to put on there, you're still not going to see anything.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes.
That was just God, that was a terrible design decision. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. Oh yeah, and also Metroid 2 was also the game that did introduce the whole save function for the Metroid series.
Mm-hmm.
So, which was quite unique for the series. It. I mean, it was a bit late by this point because, like we said earlier, other games like the Zelda series had already done that. So, are you all right?
Yeah, I was just messing with my my curtain thing. It was
Okay.
off center, and it still is.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Do I even want to know what you're doing over there?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, too late. I asked. So.
Doesn't mean I have to tell you.
No, but you already did. Oh, and actually, there were a few other things that they did in here that were a bit different from the original Metroid, because as some of you may have noticed, you could only fire in like 3 directions. In front of you and behind you and then above you. In Metroid 2 and then again in Super Metroid, now you can fire below you and and off to the sides and and all that good stuff. And then in Super Metroid, if you held the L and R buttons, you were able to fire off diagonally.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, in essence, actually shoot in all directions. I cannot shoot this little fucker. There we go. And I've never actually beaten Metroid 2. I've tried to. I have gotten to a good point where I've killed at least a dozen Metroids in this one. But, you run into a problem in that the area that you're exploring is just too damn big. And again, I mean, without a map, you just find yourself just getting very easily lost.
Yep.
And I mean, at least the game, does have a save feature. But from what I understand, I think. See, I almost keep on calling it a Super Metroid 2. But I think the thing was that I don't know if it was because it came out on the Game Boy. I think Metroid 2 was probably not as big a seller as the original Metroid or even Super Metroid were.
Mm-hmm.
Though from what I understand, I mean, while the Metroid series was pretty popular here in the States, it really wasn't over in Japan.
Huh.
Though from like some research I've done, I remember some people saying that the Metroid series was a game that just never really sold all that well, and that just really wasn't that popular. I mean, it did have its fans, but it wasn't a very strong selling series.
Huh.
But then, from what I understand, it was certainly popular here in the States, but it had no popularity over in Japan.
Wonder why.
Metroid,
I wonder why it didn't.
I have no idea. I would think, maybe it just didn't appeal to some people over there.
I could kind of see that. They kind of tend to be more into the RPG type thing in Japan.
Yeah.
It don't really matter.
Yeah.
We love you, Metroid. Except for Metroid Other M. You are an abomination that should be destroyed. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. If you could name a game, I mean, other than Metroid Other M, which I know you haven't played, and you obviously will have no desire to, especially after everything I've told you about.
Oh, hell no.
But out of all the Metroid games that you have played, which one would you say is your favorite or least favorite?
My favorite would have to probably be Super Metroid, just because that's the one that introduced me to the series.
Yeah.
My least favorite would have to be Metroid Zero Mission, which is just a straight-up remake of the first one.
Why would you say that one is your least favorite?
I don't know, just it is. I mean, I still like it and all that, don't get me wrong, I still like it, I still play it.
Yeah.
But it's not one of my favorites.
Okay, interesting.
I don't have a reason why it is. It just is.
Yeah. It just is, okay? So fuck you. Now, I do have to agree in that Super Metroid is definitely my favorite. Yeah, I mean, that was just a game that was both it is still a remake, but it is still a further telling of the story.
Mm-hmm. Because it does kind of take immediately where Metroid 2 left off.
Yeah. And well, it was just so much more highly detailed, and there was just so much more new to it, and just so many other cool things that they did with it that, you know, that was just awe-inspiring. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I just remember, like, the first time I, like, confronted the Mother Brain and, like, defeated it for the first time, and then, like, just kind of have it morph into this towering monster thing. I'm just like, oh, yeah. Okay, now that's kind of cool.
Yeah, just like, oh, holy shit.
And then, of course, it zapped me with its big eye beam, nearly killing me, and then a Metroid had to come and save my ass.
Yep.
Well, on the plus side, you get the new and powerful Hyper Beam.
Yep.
Which allows you to kill it very quickly.
Yep. Let me ask you this, though. Did you ever manage to rescue the animal friends in Super Metroid?
The animal friend.
Remember the weird ostrich thing
that
teaches you how to super jump?
Yeah. The thing that kind of teaches you how to do the super jump thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever manage to rescue them?
Yep, I did.
Okay. Yeah, because for the longest time, I never knew that. Oh, you can rescue them? While the planet is blowing up, if you go to this beginning area of the game, like while the planet is blowing up, if you have enough time, you can like go in there and like set them free. I don't know where the hell they're supposed to go because the whole planet blows up, unless they somehow like jump onto your ship or something.
Who knows? It does explain why they show up in Metroid Fusion, though. Yeah.
Metroid Fusion, that was another good one, especially. I still own that one. I haven't beaten a good amount of the Metroid games. Well, because first of all, the first Metroid I've never been able to legit beat. Last night when I was replaying it with the Justin Bailey code, I got to Mother Brain, but that section is such a pain in the ass because there are these little spawning minions. They're called Ringus.
Mm-hmm.
And and they will just spontaneously spawn and respawn, and they will knock you all over the frickin' place. And there's only one proper place to stand when you're trying to shoot and kill Mother Brain.
Yeah, and they always knock you off that damn thing.
And the second they knock you into the lava pit, it takes you forever to get out. And so you're constantly having to move, only managing to get off maybe one, maybe two shots to Mother Brain. And eventually, because first, before you get to Mother Brain, you have to go through this semi-labyrinth of Metroids that are everywhere, and they dart at you like lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get a hold of you, they are a bitch to get off.
Yeah, don't you have to, like, basically use the bomb to get them off of you?
Yeah, well, you have to bomb, like, multiple times, and even if you do manage to get them off of you, unless you knock them, like, very far away from you, they're gonna get back onto you.
Yep.
So, you know, it's just such a monumental just pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And they're still, you know, like, just as creepy as I remember them being from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Like, God, get it off me! Get it off me!
It's sucking the life force from my body. It's so
a giant
disgusting.
stick and it's sucking me dry.
Yes. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, well, I've kind of lost track as to where I need to go in this. In fact, where I'm heading right now is I think I'm just going straight back to my ship, which really doesn't help at all. So I think I think we will cut this short here because I don't want these to drag on much longer than they need to. But all right, so this was Metroid 2: The Return of Samus. It's only on the Game Boy. It is also available on the 3DS store to purchase through Nintendo. I don't know how much it's going for on the network. I think it's only going for maybe about $5 or so, which really isn't all that much. I mean, that's not too bad of a price.
No.
You know, and thankfully, there's always some old classic games that you can find on the network sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes there are. I would probably say skip this one and, you know, and just proceed on into Super Metroid. You know, because any real information that you need to know is told within, like, the first few seconds of Super Metroid to just recap everything that happened here.
Well, basically, Samus defeats the Metroid Queen, and then finds the hatchling.
Yes.
And it flews around her, and she basically takes it captive and takes it to a research station, and that's where Metroid takes place.
Yep.
Because immediately after that, the space part's like, "Woo, another Metroid!"
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, not only was it another Metroid, it was seemingly the last Metroid in the galaxy.
Yeah, they pretty much, like, start off with that's like, the last Metroid has been captured.
The galaxy is at peace. Yeah.
Until this happens, and then it's just kind of, well, fuck!
Well, shit.
Here we go again!
I mean, this is what's interesting, is that while in Super Metroid, you could use your spaceship, you know, to save and, like, refill your energy and your missiles and such. Here in this one, you can interact with your ship, but it doesn't, like, save your game or, like, refill your energy or anything.
It's just kind of there.
Yeah. It does still look pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Well, alright, everybody. This was Super Metroid 2: The Return of Samus. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for next time when we will be taking what will be my second look at Super Metroid. And we will see you guys next time. Take care. Ciao.
And good night.